Don't get me started on Facebook. I don't know how many hours I've wasted on it. I'm guessing you're the same. Now, come on, don't lie. We all have. There are pros and cons to Facebook, but since my comic persona is to find the funny faults, I'm duty bound to focus on the negatives. At its bare minimum, Facebook is a glorified message board that allows friends to post what they're thinking, chat with each other, and play games. I felt compelled to tell you that, just in case you've never used Facebook, or you've been living under a rock. Now let's get back to the chat for a second. Have you ever used Facebook chat before? It's horrible! It lags, freezes, and you can only talk to one friend in one chat window. So you end up with 8 conversations on the go at once. If you can invite other friends into the chat, this would make things much more simple. Then you have the Facebook games. Such a simple idea to get people to stay on the site. Because obviously, being a so-called social network, insert massive air quotation marks there, talking to your friends just isn't good enough. They have to do their best to get the advertising to you. And that's why Facebook will always be free. They make so much money targeting adverts to every one of its users. Again, simple and effective. I wish I made that kind of money. Let's say, jealousy is a terrible thing. Now moving on to my final and biggest complaints. Because I haven't complained enough already. Facebook is a massive time vacuum. You log on and before you know it, 30 minutes have gone. Or even worse, and I'm sure I'm not the only person who does this, you log on and just stare at the screen, hoping one of your 700 friends will talk to you. Either way, doing either of these things is far from social. If anything, you're isolating yourself, alone at your computer. I also find Facebook to have a voyeuristic element to it. There's something not quite right about being able to look at photos of people you don't know that well, especially, young single girls. Lastly, if you are going to use Facebook, be aware of how addictive it can be, and only add people who you know in real life. Although I'm a minor internet celebrity, so please feel free to add me. Well, that's all from the man with a plan. We're saying Facebook. Okay in moderation, lethal in large doses.